For cheap D2R items, visit aoeah.com. You get 3% off with the code Arreat. Check the link in the description. Hello and welcome everybody. In the second part of my LLD Barb guide, we will upgrade him to a hybrid build. The pure whirlwind build still will be needed, because in several matchups that's just the stronger alternative. But for fighting sorceresses or paladins who cast hammers, the hybrid build is far more effective. The reasons are simple. A good sorceress is not easy to catch in HLD yet, and in LLD it's even harder. The weapon switch for the telestumps costs important frames, the charges are limited, and at low level, Leap only has little range to stun the Sorc. Against the Hammerdin there's another problem. As long as he stands in his hammer fields, it's almost impossible to attempt an effective attack without eating the devastating hammer damage. So you have to try to play very carefully and be more passive, because even the smallest mistake will be punished harshly. It is possible to win here anyway, and in my last DFC matchup I almost managed it. But 2 of my kills ultimately didn't count because I died from the hammers afterwards. The solution to these problems is simple: throwing weapons. In LLD, harpoons are the way to go, ideally ethereal ones with high damage and good adds like attack speed or attack rating. The other items you all know from the first video: my Barb circlet, the piece armor, string of ears, sanders, and my rare jewelry pieces. Plus I got the teleport staff I can switch to. In the stash I further have 2 items I didn't show you last time. Against sorceresses, Skin of the Viper Mage is very good, because together with the caster belt you will reach 105% FCR. Like that, you teleport just as fast as the sorceress. For the harpoons we have to put many points into dexterity, so this build ends up having fewer life points. In the skill tree there are 2 major differences. In the combat skills we put 1 point into doubles throw, and in the mastery skills the remaining points are put in spear mastery and throwing mastery. The ratio can vary here. Against the pure Hammerdin I prioritize the throwing mastery, because I assume I won't get to whirl very much anyway. Against hybrid builds and sorceresses it can make sense to split the points more evenly. Spear mastery only applies to melee attacks, and throwing mastery only to ranged combat. The game plan against the pure Hammerdin is quite simple. Just stay outside the hammer fields and throw the poons. If the Hammerdin charges to come close and cast hammers, you can simply south whirl or just leap out of the hammers. This shifts the matchup to the favor of the barbarian, which is why paladins then switch to combo builds with charge and FOH as additional tools. That makes the matchup pretty fair again. Much thanks here to Nimrod, who was immediately ready for a few test duels. He's a very strong player at the rank of a DFC champion, and he mastered the paladin in all disciplines and levels. During our fights, I was able to check out all possible situations and develop my game plan. The main tactic remains the same: stay away from the hammers and try to land hits by some well-aimed throws. A good sense for the paladin's movement is helpful here. Name locks are quite useless against players who know how to move. When the paladin comes up with a charge attack, the Barb can counter it with a whirlwind. Safest way is to whirl away from the paladin in the right timing, so he does not get you, but ideally takes a hit. Although Fist of the Heavens only deals small damage, you should not underestimate it. If you consistently fail to hit the paladin, he can just drag your barb down over time. If the paladin name locks the barb with FOH, he at least can't cast hammers during that time, unless he gives up the name lock. This window can be used for a teleport whirl attack, but you have to operate with speed and precision, because the paladin will of course react and immediately start casting hammers. The barb can also use this to set a feint. Sometimes I only pretend to teleport by briefly switching to the staff, but then I immediately swap back to the spears and throw them. Overall, it is important for the barb to put the paladin under pressure by his throwing weapons, otherwise he can just stay in his hammer fields and wear the barb down with FOH. If you keep the paladin busy, he can't maintain his hammer fields and attack with FOH at the same time, so he has to choose. As long as the barb makes no move getting close to the hammers, the paladin might drop them and focus on casting FOH in between while dodging the spears. Such moments can also be abused for whirlwind attacks. If the barb is landing nice ranged hits and lets the paladin suffer more damage than himself, he can force him to become more offensive, which again opens windows for whirlwind attacks. So in the end, the matchup heavily depends on how precisely the barb aims his spears, and also on who reacts better or tricks the opponent with feints. The mind game always plays a role in PvP. Whoever can predict his opponent can make great advantage of it. I say goodbye, take care, and may the loot be with you.
Follow me. Come on. Thank you. Goodbye.